you're technically in Phoenix right now. Nice to meet you. Just overall, what was your reaction to being traded and now joining the Hawks?
Just it's an opportunity for me to further my career, continue on, and year 16, it's ups and downs, it's highs and lows, and so to have an opportunity to continue on in my home state, in the city that I'm well known, playing with a team that I've played with before, with a new group of guys, I'm just happy to be back home.
What's your just overall impression of this team, and what kind of role do you kind of envision for yourself?
I'm not really sure. It's my first day on the job. That'll be up to Coach McMillan and what he sees fit for this group. Obviously, in this past month, they've had a lot of success with how they've been playing in a good groove. And so whatever he sees fit for me to fit into that mold, I'm down for.
Thank you.
Chris Kirschner with The Athletic.
Hey, Lou. Hope you're doing well. I'm curious, how seriously were you considering retiring? I saw your Instagram post saying that you were considering it. So just how strongly were you actually considering it?
Very serious. When you get into a situation at the stage of my career, we're playing with a team that, that was my fourth year, had a lot invested there. We had some success. We were gearing up for another deep playoff run, a championship run. That was our mentality. And I thought I would finish the season there. In the later stage of your career, you don't know when is the end. And so once you get traded, you just weigh all your options. And I'm in a position where I can kind of have a say in my destiny, have a say in what I would like to do at this point in my career. And so after speaking with my family, speaking with friends and, people that support me and the overwhelming support that I got from the Atlanta community and people excited for me to be a part of this organization, it kind of gave me some life to continue on. And so, but it was a very serious thought.
Was there something in particular that sold you on not retiring? I know you just mentioned the conversations with your family and friends, but was it something specific?
I still feel like I can play. Still feel like I can play at a high level. And at the same time, I feel like I can help this team do some things. And so, I don't want to look back and retire prematurely and ask myself what could have been and what I could have done. And so instead, I want to give myself the opportunity to finish out the season with this team and go from there and make a decision in the offseason.
Terrell Thomas of These Urban Times.
Hey, what's going on, Lou? Welcome back to Atlanta. I'm curious to find out what number will you wear with the team, and have you had an opportunity prior to arriving at Phoenix to actually communicate or talk to any of your new teammates?
Yeah, I spoke with a few of the guys. Trey reached out. Gallo and I had played previously with each other. Gallo reached out as well, and spoke to those two guys. I'm not sure if the other guys have my number, but, those were two guys I'd already had a relationship with. But I spoke to them and they welcomed me with open arms, and met all the guys today. They welcomed me with open arms. And so I'm excited to get this thing going and just continue to build with these guys. And I wear number 6. So obviously my son, I named my son 6 last year, and 23 is retired here. So I decided to wear number 6.
Thank you.
Kelly Kroll from Fox Sports Southeast, soon to be Bally Sports Southeast.
Thanks. Yeah. Lou, Nate mentioned just a few minutes ago that, got in last night. You guys had some conversations. Today, you really felt like you just kind of wanted to get a sweat in and then kind of watch this team. What is your, I guess, expectation tonight, what you're trying to accomplish, and then when you really do hope to get on the floor for these guys?
Just want to get an understanding of how they play. Just have an opportunity to watch, see the sets, get a feel for rotations and just understand how this group of guys mesh. And like I said, where would I fit? I thought it would be unfair to me and this group of guys to just throw me out there. This is my hometown, and so I don't want to be embarrassed in my second debut here. So just to have an opportunity to get my legs back under me, get a good workout, get a feel for everything that's going on, and get ready for the next one.
Appreciate it. Can't imagine that would happen, but thanks.
Andrew from the LA Times.
Hey Lou, good to see you. I remember, I think when you won your third sixth man, you had mentioned that when you got to the Clippers, you initially kind of were wondering where your career might be headed at that point in 2017, and you felt like at that point your career had sort of been revived by what Doc had been able to let you do and whatnot. I guess how do you look back in total on your 3+ seasons with the Clippers and what it did for kind of your career?
It was a great experience. I'm grateful for having the opportunity to be there, having the opportunity to have success, have such great teammates, work with several different groups of guys, and LA, will be somewhere I call home. I was embraced there. The staff was amazing to me at a time where I didn't know which direction my career would go in. I was embraced. I was comfortable. I felt like I was a part of what was being built, and so I'm grateful for that experience. And so looking back on it, I have nothing but positive things.
And then I know that being traded is something that you know can happen in a career, but with Pat Bev especially, you guys seemed so close. I guess how difficult was it to sort of like not be his teammate and him not be your teammate? Just that bond seemed to be something that sustained this locker room for a number of years.
Man, it hurts. Just to be candid, it hurts. I had some very emotional conversations with those guys after that trade, in the entirety, as well as Pat. Pat called me the other day, a little emotional that my locker was empty, and so, people, Pat and I were the longest tenured guys on that group. We were there 4 years. We were on the team that they expected us not make the playoffs, and we put that group on our backs. And we battled a very talented Golden State team. And, when you do something like that, you kind of feel emboldened, like you're part of the culture that's being created. I think we put a lot of things in place there that would carry on with a lot of the young guys that they've brought in, from Shea to Terrence to Zubac. Those are guys that we put a lot of heart and just a lot of courage and confidence in those guys of how they should carry themselves as pros, and we took a lot of pride in that. So for that to come to an end and for it to be time to move on, that was emotional for us all.
Thanks, Luke. Good to see you.
Brandon Harper from 680 The Fan.
Yeah, welcome back, Lou. And I know every situation is different, depending on what team you go to. But what are, what is something that you learned from being out in LA that you specifically want to bring back here to Atlanta?
Like I said, I think with that group in LA, with being kind of a team that was overlooked. People are not saying that you can do X, Y, and Z. We put that on our backs, and we put a chip on our shoulder, and we went out and we competed at a high level. I think this team is right here on the cusp of turning the corner with so much young talent, guys trying to carve out their legacies in this league. Trey and JC, those are going to be the guys that are going to lead this organization to some great moments. And, just having that arrogance to feel like you can accomplish anything. I just want to kind of instill that in those guys. And no matter what everybody is saying, at the end of the day, it comes down to competing hard, carrying yourself as a pro, and always giving yourself an opportunity to play at a high level. So I think that'll be one of the lessons that I've learned and something that I want to give to those guys.
It looks like two more questions. First, from home team, Brandon Leak. Brandon, you're on mute.
Still trying to get used to technology. Welcome back to Atlanta, Lou. Your thoughts with you talking about contemplating retirement, coming to the team on the other half of the schedule. Mentally, where do you think you'll be? Where are you now? And how do you think your instant offense that you've been able to bring to the league will help this team for the final stretch run?
It took me a few days to get here because once I arrived, I wanted my energy to be positive. I I wanted my experience to be positive, and I didn't want the guys to look at me like I didn't want to be here. It wasn't personal against the Hawks. I just needed some time to figure out what was best for myself at this stage of my career. But now that I'm here, and like I said, I've been embraced. The guys seems as if they want me here, so I'm ready to get back to work and make this push and move forward.
Last question from Christos.
Hello, Lou. Hope you are doing well. First of all, what is your biggest motivation to be a Hawk and help players like Kevin Herter and Trae Young to grow on the court?
Those are very young, talented guys. Anywhere that I can be of influence to them with the things that I've experienced over the course of my career that I could pass along to those guys, I'm here for that. My motivation is this is my hometown. This is where I lay my head at night. This is where my career started as a basketball player at Salconnett High School. And so, anytime I put on the Hawks uniform, I want to further that legacy, and I want to be remembered in that light to always do great things. And so, that's why I'm here.
And the follow-up, it's almost 7 years since your last game as a Hawk. How different player you feel both as a player and as a person through the last 7 years? And what is Lou Williams' legacy as a player?
What is my legacy would be whatever my peers decide, what they saw and what they experienced from me. I don't know if it's fair for me to say that for myself. I've accomplished a lot of things in this league. I've played at a high level. And at the same time, I've experienced everything from not playing to almost being an all-star starter to coming off the bench, being the all-time leading scorer off the bench. And so those accomplishments speaks for themselves. That'll be up to whoever has an opinion about my legacy, what it is. I feel really good about it, and that's it.